Congratulations, of course, new little boy. How are you feeling? How's Amanda feeling? And just
No, she's doing good. So we're happy, exciting times, and yeah, it's surreal, and a family of four now, and my wife is a trooper and real tough. So kudos to her, and the hospital did a great job.
and now you're able to sort of be here and get on the ice for the start of training camp. How did that feel out there today? Obviously, your head, I'm sure, in lots of different places.
Yeah, for sure. It's good. Obviously, it's nice to it's been a few days, but it was nice to be back out there, put the gear on, and it hasn't been too long. It's like a weekend, but a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings, but it's all happy. So.
When you have time to reflect over the season on your first year, what you saw from this group, we've talked so much with other guys over the last couple days about the next step needs to happen now. From your vantage point, from what you know now about this team, what does that look like in your perspective?
Winning every game. Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like.
So, fair, but what does it take to do that, let's say?
Score more goals than the other team every game, and the goalie stop all the pucks. But no, I think, like I said, all jokes aside, it's, you want to win. You want to play better than we did last year, and I think we got to start somewhere. And last year was a start, but we got to look forward, and everybody has to improve on every position, and it starts with me and Jake in the back of the goal there, and then just rest of the team. So we got great leaders, and just you either lead or you get on the train. But yeah, we got to perform and play good.
One of the things we were talking to Jake, he's so appreciative of the partnership that you guys have, and it's one of the reasons why he really wanted to make it work to come back here. What does it mean to you to have him here back as your partner?
Yeah, fantastic. Great teammate, great goalie, and I think he won us a lot of games last year, and just the way he practices every day and the way he takes care of his body, and the way he is off ice as well. With he's got a fantastic family and wife and great kids. So just to have the Allen family here in Jersey for 5 more years, it's it's going to be great, and it's something to follow. We're similar in age, so just try to follow that. He's a leader.
What excites you about what opportunity is here for this group? Certainly with the additions of Dadonov and Connor Brown coming in, different types of pieces here.
Yeah, it's good. I think Fitz has done a great job, and to bringing in some pieces he thought was missing, and they're all great people and really good hockey players, playing against them for a long time, and it's nice to have them on our side for sure.
Do you and Jake keep in touch with each other over the summer, or do you guys kind of give each other your space?
No, we text a little bit back and forth, not too much. You're busy when kids and all that come in the way. It's especially when we're gone so much during the season. But we keep in touch and make sure everything is good, and especially during after July 1st there before he signed, and when he signed, it was good to see him stay for a few more years.
And are you sensing a more motivated group maybe this training camp than maybe last year?
I feel like they're a little piss and vinegar in this locker room for sure. I think it didn't end the way we wanted last year, so we've had a whole summer to think about it. But like I said before, it's all about looking forward and push.
Thanks, Mark. To get some practice under your wings, you're on a particular line there with Jack and Bratter. How are you feeling, and what's the excitement about being, playing alongside them right now?
I mean, great, like great players, nice to be around. I mean, I don't know, like all the positive things,
Yeah.
just have touch with them, like Pathing, they're like unbelievable players.
What are you looking forward to about playing with this group, and maybe what Tom Fitzgerald and Sheldon Keefe really, the next level that they want this group to take?
I mean, yeah, we had the meeting, our management and coaches, they told us what they want to see, it's just like a big step as a group. That's probably important thing, management did all the off-season work, and then it's just team just moving forward on.
How's it been living in New Jersey and the family settling in?
It's not bad. I mean, a little adjustment, distance-wise, everything like seems further, but like being here like about a month already, like get more used to it now.
Perfect. Thank you. It's just a couple days now under your belt with everybody. How does it sort of feel to be getting back in that groove and knowing what Sheldon and Fitzy demand right from the start here?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, we were here for a bit. A lot of the guys practicing and ready, and then right when camp started, it was a few tough, hard days, but obviously that's what you need right at the start of camp, making us all feel good. Back with the guys, we're in a great mood, good vibes in the room, and we're just excited to get started now.
Jacob Markstrom was just saying that, you could kind of feel a sense of, maybe anger is not the right word, but, people are annoyed about what happened last year and that you guys know that you can do better. Do you sense that, like, extra level of focus right now?
Well, I think just it comes with every season. You expect more. You want more out of every guy. You want to become a better team, play longer throughout the year, and I think that expectation keeps growing here, and it's a great thing to be seeing the steps right from the get-go.
You talk about that type of growth in the team, in your teammates. What are your personal expectations for yourself? I don't mean numbers-wise, but just in terms of accelerating growth.
I think, just creating more, faster, more dominant of a player. Every time you step on the ice, you want to be a difference maker, and I think just trying to grow my game, and it'll be my 5th year now this season, and looking for a big step, and it'll be great, obviously, for everyone. If every player gets a little bit better, we'll be a more successful team at the end of the day.
Is that a balance of improving skill and mentality? Is it more just how do you sort of do that?
I think it's just it comes with the game over experience, and then just maturity of when to make plays, when not to, growth, become bigger, stronger, faster, and I think just overall competing against all the guys here. Every year you come back, everyone's a bit better, like I said, and you'll push me and I'll push you, and we'll benefit from it.
Is it almost hard to believe it's year 5 already?
It goes by pretty fast. Obviously, I've loved it, but definitely for this to be my 5th year, I'm proud of that, and it's an exciting moment. But like I said, hopefully a lot more to come.
5 years in, how would you say the game has changed for you, just from a mental standpoint, in terms of just processing what happens on the ice?
I think the game overall has changed for our team in general. We were super young my first year, and then we had that great season, my second, and then obviously a bit of adversity to the third one, and last year we bounced back. We made the playoffs twice, didn't twice also, so it's definitely looking to get back into it this year. But I think, just like I said, the mental and physical part of the game, you get a lot better at it, you adapt to it, and it's just a normal day every day when we show up here, and we love that.
At this point in your career, do you feel more comfortable at center or on the wing?
I like the wing, but it's been like that my full career, so whichever. I enjoy playing on the wing. It gives myself just not switch back and forth, but whenever a guy goes down, obviously it's an option.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. And after, the practice sessions today, you guys are moving into kind of a different stage, I would imagine, as preseason games start to come in now. Would it be safe to say that second group you worked with today is likely going to mostly resemble?
Yeah, we're going to have one more meeting later today just to kind of finalize it, but I would say it's a very close representation of what it'll be tomorrow.
When it comes to your goaltenders and how you kind of like to use them in the preseason, is it a full game thing? How do you sort of divide that up right now?
I think every goalie and every year, quite frankly, is different. I don't think you can commit to,
Right.
Especially as a head coach. I think you got to trust the relationship with the goaltending coach and the goaltenders, particularly with our guys, veteran guys that they are. So we'll have that discussion. Obviously, Marky's situation is unique from what he's been through this week, and we'll make the decisions accordingly.
When it comes to those guys that you had out there today, if let's say Arseny is in the line, Gritsuk is in the lineup tomorrow, we've talked about his elite shot and all that, but it's also that time and space that's the real adjustment for a player coming over. What do you look for in a first preseason game, if you're looking for anything in particular, right? Or is it just getting
I mean, you're just gonna watch the game. You're gonna hope that skill set stands out in terms of ability to make a play and create offense. But we're at the portion of the program here where, for me, I want to see effort, speed, pace. It's it's a very fast league. Tomorrow's not going to be the NHL in terms of speed, but it's a good way to sort of stand out. That's been our emphasis for us from our very first meeting, is the ability to skate and pressure the puck and do all the things when the puck aren't on your stick, which is a very large percentage of the hockey game. So that's the kind of stuff that we need to see from all of our guys.
Obviously, with Arsenio, there's kind of a fine line between, with a lot of these KHL guys that come over. Is there a fine line between, having the training was on them a little bit, or versus, wanted to, see what they have right away, or?
You always want to see what they have. You're watching, and you're trying to get a sense for where they fit in. At the same time, you don't want to give them too much too soon, because there's a lot. Like I said, there's part of it is what you do when the puck's on your stick and how you create offense, but that's a very small percentage of really what happens in a hockey game. You got to be able to impact the game in lots of other ways. And also, for me, I want him to get comfortable and get confident. He's going to play lots of preseason games. He's going to get lots of time. He'll play with different players, as things move around. Obviously today he's with Glass. It's just a chance for him to kind of work his way through it. As I said, as he's adjusting, it's not going to be the NHL tomorrow. It's not going to be the NHL really in any of the preseason games. But the fact that I get to see him up close and personal and work with him and get him to work within our system, that's what I like to see. And with him and the others that are competing for positions, you see how all that works its way out.
What's the balance of, knowing that there are guys competing for positions, but also you and your coaching staff wanting to, get as close to your roster as possible? And where do you feel in that training camp and preseason process you like to get there?
Yeah, you got to do both, especially when you're welcoming new players in, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's Dadonov with us or Brown, just you've got established NHL players that you want to get going and feeling good and comfortable and confident with your group. And then, the guys who are competing and new, you're trying to learn is, can they play in the NHL? If they can, what's their role going to be? How exactly can they help us? And you go about that a little bit differently. So there's a balance there for sure. You want to showcase different guys and give them huge opportunity, but you also, you need to get your NHL guys ready. That's really what this is about, and along the way we hope that some others can solidify some spots and make it obvious that they belong.
Dawson Mercer earlier today talked about how he kind of prefers playing wing a little bit. Obviously that might be something, given the injuries and stuff like that, he might have to play a little bit more early on here. What have you seen from him in camp so far? What's impressed you about Dawson?
Well, I think he's off to a good start. I think he's had a good summer. Seems like he's put a little bit of weight on and gotten a little bit stronger over the course of the summer. Just the fact that he was present in day one, that's a plus. So there's that. But also, I'm just more comfortable with him, from last season and knowing who he is as a player. He's got a lot more to give, I think, with this entire game. But, we used him a lot at center last season after Jack went out, and I thought he did a good job. He shows the ability to do that. But, yeah, he's made it clear to me that he prefers to be on the wing. He spent most of his time in the NHL there, and that's where he feels most comfortable. Yet at the same time, recognizes that he's going to do whatever the team needs in a particular moment. And right now, we've got a plethora of guys that are competing for ice in the middle of the rink. So we're going to give them that opportunity to kind of see how that shakes out, and we'll give Mercer a good opportunity to really get rolling with his line.
Dave Rogalski, he'll be the only one upstairs. Is that correct? How does that change? It's one less set of eyes up there, and everyone's on the bench. Does that change the dynamic?
I don't think it changes a lot. Quite honestly, I think it's probably a little overblown in terms of what value that really is. And Rogi's got a good eye for that, and he spent a lot of time beside Sarge over the last little while here, and he'll be able to offer some things. But I think in terms of what you get from that, mean, there's between the video now and all the different angles that we get to look at, we get to see a lot and we communicate a lot. So, I'm not expecting it to impact us too much there. More so, just having one less guy on staff. You know, it's the day to day, it's the practice days, it's the work with the players, it's the relationships, all those sort of things. You know, so we got to work with that, our player development staff, and Murph is going to be far more involved that way, and take a step in terms of his involvement with us, and that'll help kind of fill some of those gaps. But in game, I'm not concerned about it.
Thanks, Jones.